Frank. What's the weirdest thing you've ever saw in here?
Let me ask you a question, kid. Did you see that movie, Night of the Living Dead?
Hey, we gonna party tonight or what?
Yeah, we are gonna party.
Well, where are we gonna party?
I don't know, somewhere.
Hey, we could go to the park.
Oh, no, we can't. The cops said they'd shoot us if we go back to the park.
Yeah, and I ain't in no mood to go tonight.
I like death.
Welcome to minute 70 of Do You Want to Party, the Movies by Minute podcast for the 1985 groundbreaking horror classic, The Return of the Living Dead. I'm your host, Troy, and joining us for this particular minute is the Eric Draven twins of...
This is Horror Savvy, aka Ahmad, my actual name.
That's so cool. Yeah, I'm Natasha.
That's
it.
All right, so welcome to this pivotal moment in the movie for certain participants in the podcast. So,
yeah, I wonder who.
So this particular minute is going to start off with Hold It Right There, and ends with Frank and Freddy painfully groaning. So having stood up from the examining the remains of one of the missing paramedics, Officer Number 1 again holds his firearm at the ready. Overly cautious, he starts walking away from the all-open-door ambulance, his steps meaningful and direct. A few paces later, his partner, who is still holding his ground closer to their patrol vehicle, gives out an aggressive warning. Hold it right there! To which the first officer pivots on the spot to see what is happening. From over his shoulder, emerging from the cover of the other ambulance, scurries one lone creature for the briefest of glimpses. The officer barks out his own crude warning as a sea of moving corpses besiege the two unprepared law officers.
Razor, I'll blow your fucking brains out!
The shotgun blasts, the revolver goes off, growls from several monsters groan as they overtake the cops. More shots ring out before one of our officers is tackled, but he briefly stands his ground for a precious second longer. Behind him, his partner meets the same fate. Like waves crashing upon the shore, both men are drowned in a sea of ghouls descending upon them. An almost joyous cry of pleasure mixed in with the howls of terror. Within seconds, there is no sign of the officers, just two dog piles of brain-hungry living dead. Their attire of formal wear, dresses and suits, caked with fresh mud from crawling out of the grave. The still flesh-covered bodies, obviously still new to the concept of experiencing not-existence, show signs of gray skin where visible. Meanwhile, back in the embalming room, Spider, Bert, and Ernie once again gather at the slide-opening panel in the secured back door, witnessing a horrible scene playing out just meters from where they stand. Almost exhausted, Ernie gives a haunting commentary on the probable future.
This place, everybody that comes in gets swallowed up.
A Civil War uniformed corpse, his flesh gray and flaky, leans over the now open door of the police vehicle. In his one hand, he activates the microphone of the CB and moans out a request to dispatch.
Send more cops.
Having stepped away from the back door, the three men go about contemplating their next step. Spider, who is now sitting on Ernie's desk, doesn't mix words about asking what to do.
What are we gonna do? Stand around here beating our meat to the corpse and busting this damn place? There ain't no way to stop those things. We gotta get the fuck out.
Pacing towards him is Ernie, passing by the examination tables, still with the half-corpse tied down. As Spider wraps up his questioning speech, Ernie comes to a halt and placing his hands on his hips as he turns slightly. As Bert, still clinging to his trusty pipe, gives a brief next step.
We gotta get to the cars.
Instantly, Spider retorts Bert's suggestion.
There's corpses all over the cars.
As Bert steps towards Ernie, he informs Spider his awareness of his proposal.
I know that.
Quickly followed by Ernie asking Spider for his suggestion.
What are you proposing?
Spider doublespeak returns Ernie's question.
What am I proposing? I think we all should do some damn proposing.
To that, Ernie looks towards and points out a suggestion and its advantages, to which Spider doesn't play that game.
A crawl space in the ceiling. We could go up, barricade ourselves in. The only way up is through the hatch, and we can nail that shut.
You must be out of your fucking mind. I'm not barricading myself in no damn roof.
In the middle of Spider's rebuttal, Ernie gives a I give up wave as he turns to face his metal shelves of containers of all sorts. As Spider finishes,
Shit, I'd rather take my chances with the cars.
Bert points out the need to be more defensive.
We need a way to fight him.
As if on a game show, Ernie presents his solution to Bert's recent request.
How about this?
Both Bert and Spider look at the glass jar with the yellow labels, and the latter of the two question it.
What is that?
Ernie now nonchalantly mentions the clear liquid, what the clear liquid is, and what it is capable of.
It's nitric acid. Pretty much destroy anything.
After which Bert points out the limited quantity.
Yeah, but there's not enough of it, Ernie.
To which Ernie raises the container to examine the amount. For the shortest of moments, in the chapel, the painful moaning bodies of Frank and Freddy shake like leaves. Teen is still holding her boyfriend as he is slightly sitting upright, leaning against her for support. And that's where we end this minute. Alright, so a couple things we should point out is we're now dealing with, again, background zombies that have very minimal makeup to begin with. You can see, again, you're not going to see watching the minute swing by in like in the minute that it plays out and all that sort of thing. You keep repeating all that sort of thing. You're seeing, oh wait, they forgot to put makeup behind the guy's ears and down the back of his neck and all that sort of thing. So he's only got like the front of his face a little bit gray. Or one guy doesn't have any makeup on at all. They all have the same consistency of mud on them and all that sort of thing. But it's interesting to see how it's not as obviously precise as some sort of creatures, because then you cut to another featured creature as the Send More Cops zombie calls for more backup and all that. But I think the most important part of this whole entire sequence is the reason why we have my particular co-host on this particular day. Yeah. I think from pretty early on, I think maybe her second or third appearance, Natasha has been requesting to be part of this minute for one particular sequence. Now, okay, well, I'm just going to say, how about you describe what you enjoy about this particular sequence?
Yeah. Okay. Well, so first of all, so just before you asked me to be on the podcast, I watched the movie for the very first time the day before I was on, like whatever episode I was on the first time.
Right.
And while I was watching the movie, I guess I'll set the scene. We were eating a plate of nachos, and we were both covered, both hands, face deep in whatever, or like whatever, elbows deep in our nachos. And as we're watching the movie, I glance up, and there's something that I thought I saw, but I wasn't sure. So of course, immediately I like slap Ahmad and be like, "Oh my God. Pause, you gotta go back. I gotta make sure that what I saw was real. Like, or did my eyes deceive me?" Yeah, when we fast forward, or sorry, record, what do you call
Rewound.
it? Thank you, rewound. Yeah. Oh my God. Damn, sorry, I'm gonna get lost in the moment. One of the guys that the zombie horde took down.
One of the first guys that attacks the officers.
He has like some sort of light pants.
Gray pants.
Yeah. Completely, his pants have ripped like unbelievably far down. It's definitely
down, far up. I don't know how you describe it.
Both ways. However, the fact that the reason why it's so special for me is because it's definitely not supposed to be a part of the movie, and they left it in there. And on top of that, like because we always have the minute playing while you're talking about it, Troy, and we have it paused, and you can literally see his thigh. Like that's how bad the rip is.
Yeah.
And I don't know, for some reason
he's wearing some really thin white cotton underwear, so you can see a little more.
You could, yeah.
If you look closely.
On top of that, yeah. But the best part too is like it's not even like I think they could have gotten away with it if it was the same color of pants. Pants and underwear, but it's definitely not like crisp white and then like a medium light gray.
Yes.
Oh my God, he keeps pausing it, like what do you call it, like pressing play and pausing it, and you can just see more and more of the goods. Anyway, so ever since I saw that and I knew it wasn't part of the movie in any, whatever meaningful way,
Hmm.
that has been my favorite minute by far. I've been and it's funny because actually I liked a lot of scenes in the movie, but of course the most ridiculous thing that if you blink you'd miss it. That's my most favorite part. I
Now,
knew it the moment I saw
the
it.
more we watch it in like slow motion, it looks like the zombie that's like directly behind him can like he sees it and he's like laughing slash trying not to laugh as
Yeah,
he's approaching
yeah,
because he's about to tackle right on top and then it cuts.
yeah.
It's
It
pretty
wasn't.
funny.
It wasn't until I mean,
Yeah.
to to explain what's happened. It seems the seam of the back of the guy's
Yeah.
pants has
Oh
just
yeah. It like
open,
right
just
down
like
like
yeah.
8 inches
Like it wasn't
apart.
even like yeah. It was like barely held together, sort of thing, and all that. But
Which is funny to me also because like with the scene, like you don't see his face, you don't see his arms, you don't see his
nope.
shoes, you don't see anything. You just see exactly that part.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting choice because like I guess they, bank on the fact that, 99% of people would miss that.
Hmm.
Um, but me, that's a
I think they saw it and kept it in.
no, I know, but like
Yeah.
it's just interesting that like they didn't even bother like maybe swap the guy,
Well,
you
no,
know.
because like at this angle that we're watching, the only person that's going to see this is the crew and the one zombie that's on the other side of this guy. Everyone else is on the other side of the
Yeah.
pileup.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's just that one guy behind him who literally looks like his hand's reaching out and he's about to grab him on his ass.
I
Hmm.
mean,
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
mean,
Now, as we find out in later sequence and all that sort of thing in the podcast, this is all shot as a one complete shot for one angle. So from the moment officer number one gets out of the police car, he walks down towards and over to the ambulance, and then walks over, and that's when he gets tackled. So this is like a almost like 50 minutes straight on complete shot if you combine the end of the previous minute and
Yeah.
and this part here and all that sort of thing. So they did a oneer, but there's also footage from another camera capturing
Yep.
another angle that they splice in, as you can see in this version where you see the close-up of the one officer getting tackled. So this whole entire sequence is being captured by two cameras at the exact same time. So chances are they really enjoyed seeing the tackle and all that sort of thing. Obviously, probably shown like pointed out after the take was done and all that sort of thing. Oh my God, my pants are torn up, but they're all like, look, we captured it in two angles and all that sort of thing. It looked fantastic. We don't need to redo it and all that sort of thing. Again, we're dealing with a short
I
budget.
mean, it works
Oh no, it
regardless,
totally does. It
right?
totally
I mean,
does.
it's not like
Yeah.
a zombie's going to be like, "Oh no, I
Yeah.
split my pants,"
Yeah.
right?
I mean, if it
Yeah.
was me, I'd be like, "Pardon me, ma'am." Like,
I know in this case maybe not, but yeah,
I don't know. I would try to look
Yeah.
away. I mean, like because I'm not in it. I'm a viewer.
there's
So.
zombies though, is what I'm trying to say. Like in character, it makes sense.
Oh no 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 sorry. I thought yeah, me as a zombie. Never mind. That's a whole other
So just to
thing.
put the information out, Natasha, your first episode was minute 44, which
Hmm.
took place way back on April 23rd of this year, sort of thing.
Yeah. So
And
April
it was the episode,
22 was when I watched this movie.
yeah.
Then.
So this would have been, well, actually, that was the day it was
Oh, you
released.
watched it.
So we would have recorded a little, yes, but you early April's when you saw this movie for the first time. So
Okay.
which
Actually,
again, I
we're
honestly
pulling it up.
constantly thank you for that, for doing that sort of thing.
Oh, oh no,
Um,
you're very welcome. No, thank you. Because yeah, like I mean, I've seen so many horror movies now with Ahmed, and like I've yet to find another moment like this. The the second, I guess, like the second closest, which isn't even the same, because this is clearly like not part of anything, which is why I like it so
mhm.
much.
Yeah, yeah.
Is like there's this there's a scene in Dead Silence.
We talked about it before.
Okay, I know, but like I don't know, just funny to me
Oh yeah,
still.
no, you can point it out again. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, just all. I mean, I don't even remember that movie. I don't remember anything about the movie except for that.
Well,
So
we'll watch it again soon.
maybe you take over. What is the
Well,
part that I like?
Literally just near the end of the movie, they're like getting on a little canoe, kind of like making their way over to this abandoned mansion. And or was it a theater? I don't remember what it was, but whatever. Big
Whatever.
abandoned place. Um,
But the way he got in the boat,
yeah, he
it
just like stumbled getting into the boat.
it just yeah, but it's not, you can't just say like he just stumbled. It looked like there's no way. Like I okay, I grew up. Every summer, my family had a boat and we would go up north. I'm just I've seen people do that move and then fall in the water. So
Yeah,
like there's
yeah,
like the way he got in was so janky. So like oh he's so going in,
right.
and then he didn't. And then the funnier part was if I remember correctly, I've only watched the movie once. When he was coming, like when he left whatever the haunted abandoned place and came back out, he left the boat the same way. Like
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
janky, stumbling, almost falling into the water. Like I've never done this before today.
Hmm.
And it just I was hysterical both times. Anyways, again, that's more part of the movie than this is, but that's the only other thing I could think of that was like remotely as special as this moment for me.
Right, right. Again, I've seen the movie number of times
Hmm.
prior to doing this podcast.
Hmm.
It's something that I wouldn't watch on a almost semi-regular basis. You know, it's a July 3rd movie to watch every single July 3rd and whatnot.
Sorry, Dead Silence or
Um,
this movie?
This movie.
Okay.
no, no,
I
sorry,
just
Yeah.
I don't
this
want to
movie. But
assume.
it wasn't until you had mentioned pointing it out that I had going through the movie once again. I'm like, oh my God, the pants do split open. How come I've never seen that before and all that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
This is
So
my dark gift.
yeah, this is
Watching
so
yeah.
this is a nice little treat to like, especially the fact knowing that well outside of this podcast we've communicated and how excited you are getting up to this movie to be able to share this
Yeah.
kept in sort of gaff that that the audience is now aware of and all that sort of thing. And again, it
Well,
isn't until I started looping this minute over and over again, doing the description, all that, that I
mm,
noticed the other guy noticing the torn pants as
mm,
well. So it basically isn't until like I think yesterday when I was writing the notes for
yeah.
this particular minute that I had not even realized like obviously at that point I was aware of the ripped pants, but I
Yeah.
wasn't aware of the one other person realizing, hey, that guy's got ripped pants, sort of
Well,
thing. So,
it's not even a rip. It's like a
oh
new
yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah,
like
no,
it goes
he's
deeper too. I mean, like you can
yeah,
see his shirt is tucked into his underwear.
mm-hmm,
yeah,
mm-hmm,
you can see
And
his
you can see where
thigh.
it
Like
stops.
yeah,
You
that,
see more clearly through the underpants.
yeah, no,
yeah.
it's like a whole thing. And it's
It's
just
really a whole thing.
oh boy, yeah. Yeah. I have such like a fond memory of watching this eating nachos and then like making Ahmed like wash his hands and wipe them clean so he could touch the remote to
Touch
go
the remote
back
to go back.
to verify that what I did see actually
Funny,
um
nice, nice.
yeah. Well that and the funny thing too is I wanted to add about what you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Obviously Ahmed being a massive horror fan or whatever movie fan in general. Uh I haven't seen barely anything until
Mm-hmm.
him. And it's funny because like this experience, I mean like I don't know, maybe you can what do you call it, jump in, but I'm just
What are you trying to say?
well every time that we watch a movie together, like you said that I always bring up some weird part that nobody
Oh, well,
knows.
yeah, your favorite parts of the movies are the out of place, like most of the time they're not part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, or some
Well,
ridiculous moment that like just hits home for you and makes you laugh.
yeah. So it's funny because like again, maybe I'm not saying it right, but basically like every time
Butterfly cannoli.
yeah. Every time that we watch something, it's like I get fixated on something that like either like not that you never notice, but it's just like as a first time watch, it's like not something that you'd like that would be like the part that you'd remember for forever. It's like, oh, that the cannoli movie, Godfather 3. I
Right, yes,
remember.
yes, yes,
Um
yes. The cannoli movie.
Well, I'd
what
say that Natasha has a special way of seeming like she's not paying attention at all because she talks so much through every movie, yet somehow paying attention to everything. Which is
yeah.
not common because usually when someone's yapping the whole time, you're like, you're missing everything.
It's like, oh
But
no,
she's
no, I'm
watching.
filtering.
I mean, I'm missing more listening to her than she's missing talking through the
Right, 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 right,
movie.
Oh no, I'm
right.
scanning. I'm scanning. I'm just like I'm just picking up on the good stuff. That was my little thing. So
Excellent.
hopefully
All
if we ever
right.
do another one, I'll probably have another minute 70 coming up.
We'll see what we can find about in the next upcoming
Yeah, yeah,
project.
yeah. We'll see.
All right. So over on the commentary track, which again we deal with the director and writer Dan O'Bannon and the production designer William Stout. As the blow your fucking brains out line is said, there is a soft chuckle, and as the creatures take them down, Daniel Benson says, and down they go. William Stout mentions how the actual officer is standing in a real cop shooting stance with both his hands on his weapon, feet spread, and braced. Dan O'Bannon points out, here's your Civil War veteran. And then William Stout says that seeing the movie, it takes place in Louisville, Kentucky, there had to be bodies going back to the Civil War. Dan O'Bannon mentions his wish to have done more with the background corpses. And near the end of the minute, Dan O'Bannon states how well these actors are working together. William Stout talks about how Don Calfa is handling the bottle, more pointing out his technique than anything else. Dan O'Bannon adds how he enjoys putting really good actors together and watching them interact with each other. Now, one little thing that I'd like to point out, the Blu-ray version of the movie that I am currently pulling my stuff from, actually, so there is a zombies subtitle track.
Yep.
And occasionally I have it come on and all that sort of thing, just because I just turn on the movie from whatever setting I had from the last time.
Which one are you on? Which version are you on again?
I am dealing with the I can't remember which version of the Blu-ray I have right now. I don't have it in front of me right this very second. I can't answer your inquiry about that.
I have two options for zombie subtitles on mine. I've got zombie subtitles and I have in their words the zombies speak. So I think this is
That's it. That's the one. The
groans and moans get translated.
Exactly. That's what I was going to point out, right?
Oh,
so
I'd
this
love
particular
that.
Yeah, next time we watch,
some of them they just repeat what the zombies are saying when obviously the zombies are actually speaking lines and all that. But a lot of things like when they're first becoming reanimated are in their ground, you hear them yelling out to each other to climb upwards and all that sort of thing, break free and climb upwards and whatnot. While it's just moaning and groaning and all that sort of, which seems kind of weird because we're dealing with zombies that actually can talk and all that sort of thing. But again, they just turn all the moans and groans into a translated thing and all that. Yeah, exactly. This particular minute is no exception. So to begin with, as they're about to swarm, all you hear is moans and groans and all that sort of thing. But
not to interrupt you, but I'm totally going to interrupt you. Do they ever mention the pants? Like, is that...
Nope. There's no mention of the pants.
None of the groans mean like, dude, you gotta... you ripped his pants. No, okay.
Nope.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Go ahead.
Again, we're also looking... This is obviously something that someone has added in later. I don't think this subtitle track is something that is prominent to the original production and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So when the zombies overtake the officers, the subtitles of get them, grab them, eat them. Then
because we just compared both, and
then as they
says,
pile on,
gah.
Yeah.
And then the other one says, get them, grab them, eat them up.
Exactly. Then when they're all on top of the cops, they go, cop brains yum, tastes like pork, which is the reason why I decided to point it out.
I just caught on.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the main reason why I pointed out. But the one that I find really interesting is during the sequence where the three of them are having the discussion in the embalming room, we actually have subtitles from the half corpse going on while she's not.
Nice.
First of all, the puppet itself is not moving at all in the tiny little sequence where she is. You're reading it now, are you?
Yeah.
So she basically goes, while they're having the conversation of what they should do next and all that, we have the subtitles of, I'm getting pretty bored strapped to this table. It's not like I have a deck of cards to play with. Why don't you ask my opinion? I think I know a little about zombies, seeing as how I am a zombie. So another reason pointing it out is obviously it's one of those tropes during the movie of this caliber where the things that we refer to as zombies aren't called zombies during the movie. They're called creatures, monsters, and whatever and all that.
Most of the time, it's how it goes.
The Z word is never brought up as a whole entire thing, whereas this obviously added much later subtitle points out the fact that they call themselves zombies. All right, now I'm going to go to according to the script, which I have right here in front of me this time. It's so much simpler now that the movie has aligned itself with the actual script, or at least the script has aligned
Mm.
itself with the movie.
That's a
Okay,
magical minute, Troy.
it is. It is. There's a lot going on. You picked a fancy minute to be involved with. All right. So again, we're dealing with the story and screenplay by Dan O'Bannon. We're dealing with a revision from October of 1983, and this is based on a story and screenplay by John Russo, Rudy Rickey, and Russell Steiner. Interior police car, night, no rain. Carefully, they back away from the body. They are moving back to the police car to call it in. But before they can get there, 6 corpses step into the light, barring their way. The cops snap to firing position. Cop number 1. Freeze or I'll blow your fucking brains out! Corpses. Brains. Brains. They come at the police, hands outstretched. The cops fire, both at the same time. The shotgun goes off, blowing the head clear off of a corpse, which just keeps coming. The corpses overwhelm cop number 1, who goes down screaming in a pile of rotted bodies. Cop number 2 turns and runs. They then drag him down. Cut to the open mic dangling in the cop car, picking up the screaming of the dying officers in the background. Cut to one of the corpses, which limps towards the cop car. It reaches into the open door, grabs the dangling mic, and speaks into it. Corpse into mic. Send more cops. Cut to interior and bombing room, night, drizzle. The humans, Ernie, Bert, and Meat. And again, for those tuning in for the first time now, when we're doing the script versions, when I mention the name of Meat, we are actually referring to Spider in the final version. And if I ever mention the name Dee Dee, we are actually referring to Trash. The humans, Ernie, Bert, and Meat, are looking out through the peephole, watching the cops die. Ernie, this place is like a black hole. Everybody that comes is getting swallowed up. Meat, so what are we gonna do? Just stand around here beating our meat until the corpses kick their way in? Man, that ain't no way we're gonna stop those things. We gotta get out of here. Bert, we gotta get to the cars. Meat, there's corpses all over the cars. Bert snaps, I know that. Ernie to Meat, what are you proposing? Meat, how the fuck should I know? Somebody should do some thinking for fuck's sake. Ernie looks around, looks up at the ceiling. Ernie, there's a crawl space above the ceiling. They all look. In the ceiling, a hatch. Ernie continued. We would just go up there and barricade ourselves in. The only way up is through that hatch, and we could go in and board it shut. Meat, fuck. I ain't barricading myself up on the roof. I'm for the cars. Bert, right. And then we'll drive to the police station and get the cops. Meat, what the fuck are they gonna do, if I might ask? Ernie, what we need is a way to fight them. Ernie picks up a bottle off the shelf. Ernie continued, maybe we could use this against them. Meat, what is it? Ernie, nitric acid. Will dissolve anything. Bert looks at the small bottle of liquid. Bert, not that amount. Cut to interior, chapel, night, rain. Tina is still trying to comfort Freddy, but Freddy is now beyond comforting. He's just a rigid fetus, his teeth barred in a horrid ruckus. Out of both his and Frank's mouths come an agonized growling that is unnerving to hear. Frank begins to foam at the mouth and roll around on the floor like a dog with hydrophobia. Tina watches this with horror. Workplace comparison. So this is where we take the completely finished shot movie, bring it all together into one full version of the movie. We then take that, edit out all the pieces you don't want to come up with our final version. For example, we're dealing with minute 69 to 70, whereas in the work print, we are dealing with minute 81:51 to 83:17. So the first cop spins around before his partner's original warning in this version of it and all that sort of thing. The entire scene is from the previous minute, making it a oneer. So we don't have the close-up of the tackle, but we do see both officers being taken down. The Civil War corpse is next, like as in the script, but we see him crawl into and reach out to grab the microphone itself. Then the shot of the three looking out, we then go to the shot of the three looking out, but the shot lasts a little longer as Spider angrily slides the cover of the viewport shut. Then we watch as they disperse themselves into the different places before they discuss what they are going to do. Of course, there's no insert shot of the crawl space door. Other than that, the scene ends the same. However, the brief part of Frank, Freddy, and Tina starts with a dolly that's a little longer of a shot than what we actually start off this minute two as we clip into, and that's about the big difference between the two versions.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else you guys want to add to this particular minute as we're about to wrap it up?
Stuff going on in this minute. Stuff starting to go crazy. They're starting to plan, but like it's still kind of an in-between minute with just like a lot of fun stuff happens.
I mean, the only thing I got is like rewatching it. Again, I've only ever seen this movie once, and then whatever minute that we were on, I rewatched that a bunch of times. But when we were watching this one, Spider is
Yeah.
yeah. So when he was speaking after they finished, like they closed like the little view thing. I thought when Ernie is walking around, you couldn't see his face. He's walking around like his back towards the audience and his hands are on his hips. I thought he was speaking, and I thought that was a very sassy voice for Ernie. Anyway, that was just this time. Anyways, I thought it was funny that it made me smile.
Yeah, hearing Miguel Nunez's voice coming out of Don Calfo would sound very sassy and all that sort of thing, especially the line delivery and all that sort of thing.
Well, just his hands were on his hips and he was kind of like he had some sort of like this little, swagger in his step.
A little swagger,
and I'm just like, okay,
yeah, I see that. Yeah,
sure. I don't remember you sounding like that, but and then he didn't, and it was just me, and then I thought it was funny.
All right, so on that,
that's pretty usual. Right. So it's usually just me laughing.
Usual. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So right now we're going to put out there a current list of upcoming conventions in North America. This is something I should have been doing for quite a while, but after a couple of interviews with the actors, I've decided, better late than never. So here's where you will have an opportunity to meet and greet any of the cast members currently traveling around. On October 17th to 19th, Scarefest Weekend 17 in Lexington, Kentucky, where you'd be able to meet the entire cast. On October 24th to 26th, the Living Dead Weekend, being held in Monroeville, Pittsburgh. You'll get to meet the entire cast, unfortunately minus Leanna Quigley. However, both Stacey Q, the singer of Tonight, Trash's theme, and writer John Russo, as well as other Romeroverse actors, as the convention takes place in the Monroeville Mall, the location of the original Dawn of the Dead. November 8th to 9th, Memphis MonsterCon in Memphis, Tennessee, where you'll be able to meet Linnea Quigley and Jewel Shepard. November 15th and 16th, San Antonio Fearfest, San Antonio, Texas, where you get to meet Alan Trotman, as well as Return of the Living Dead Part 3's Melinda Clark. November 22nd to 23rd, Days of the Dead Chicago in Chicago, Illinois, where you'll be able to meet the entire cast. December 5th to 7th, Days of the Dead, Indianapolis, Indiana, where you'll be able to meet the entire cast. All right, so on that particular minute, we're going to wrap up this episode. Thank you, Ahmad. Thank you, Natasha, for joining me for this particular minute. Audience, thank you for joining us on this journey. I got nothing else to say except see you next Wednesday.
Adios.
Bye.
You've just been listening to a Planet Geek production of Do You Want to Party? A Movies by Minute podcast of the 1985 The Return of the Living Dead. Please be sure to subscribe, download, comment, share, rate, and review. Be sure to follow us on our social media platforms: Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Tumblr, or Letterboxd. Search for Planet Geek Productions. X, former Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky, search for Planet Geek Pod. Or send us an email to planetgeekpod@gmail.com. Our closing music is provided by Night Chill. See the show notes for more details. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and farewell, fiends. right, let's get into this then, shall we?
Alrighty.
You guys good to go right now?
I mean, I just don't know what I'm gonna say, truthfully. I'm just so excited for the minute, and then
I understand. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
here, and I'm just like,
Okay.
I've
Okay,
got the
I
minute
will
all
give you the
queued up.
opportunity because I do not point out in the description the pants being torn. Okay, so when we come to the end of the description, you can go right into your favorite part of the movie. So, okay.
I hope I don't mess it up. No pressure. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, this is all you. You're the one
I
that
know, I
asked
know.
for
I
this.
hyped it up so much. I'm like, I have no idea. I was hoping the moment would come.
Phone on silent or
Yeah, mine is. I checked.
mine isn't.
Okay.
Now it is.
Is this like good?
You're
Is it,
good.
like,
Yeah, no, I hear you
Pretty
perfectly
strong.
fine. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Words on screen. What is that called?
Subtitle?
Oh.
Whoa,
Closed
subtitles.
caption?
Wow, I don't know why
Subtitles?
my brain's
Oh, don't worry.
blanked on the word subtitles. I'm
That's
like,
okay.
Don't worry.
come on.
Don't even worry about it. I come up with a whole new word, and then he has to figure out what that means, and then laughs at me while he's doing it. He's very sweet, but
It is
yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
Oh, really? 10 minutes left, eh? All right. We might have to do a second one here, kids.
It's all good. So this is a magical.
I'm not
minute.
gonna like try and like race through the next 10 minutes to
Yeah,
try and
yeah.
get this done in time.
Yeah.
So yeah. If that's okay with you.
I mean, I didn't even have a nap today. Oh my God. Yeah, no, you're
Oh my God. Well, it's a good thing it's early enough. It's early enough that you can like get to bed early if you need to.
oh boy.
I
No,
took
no.
tomorrow off. I'm gonna be up late.
Yeah, and I've slept the entire weekend, so
All right.
I'm good.